Stop. You're about to sell your home and there's 3 mistakes you need to avoid in order to maximize the value of your sale. The first problem I see when someone tries to sell their house is they want to sell it by themselves. They want to cut the agent completely out of the deal. And I get it, you want to save on the commission. The problem with that is that your exposure is going to be very limited. You're going to basically be marketing it on your Facebook to your friends, and you're going to maybe post it on Zillow and put a sign out in the yard, and then you're going to start hoping. Well, what's going to happen is that you're going to get a very small amount of offers, and the offers you do get more than likely are going to be people who are looking for a deal. They're trying to find a home they can get for a cheap price and then rehab it and sell it later for a profit, in which case they'll probably use an agent unless they are one, in which they're going to still list it with the MLS. So you definitely want to use an agent. They have a big network that they can go off of. They work with other agents who are actively looking for homes with their buyers ready to go. And when you got a bunch of agents with a bunch of buyers all looking at your home, the chances of getting a really high offer and getting into a bidding war are much greater than if you just try to sell it yourself. The second problem I see when someone sells their house is they price it way too high. Now, the real issue with this is that if you price it too high, for one, the people that are looking at it may not see it. They put in their search parameters a certain price, and maybe you're thinking that you want to price it high and then come down. Well, other people won't even see your house because they're not coming up to that price point. Or another option is that they do see your house, but they see other houses that are comparable and they're the same price, but maybe they have a few more amenities or something like that, which then is going to make them gravitate to the other house. The third problem with that is that, say it's priced too high and you're just going to keep coming down, well, maybe they'll just wait and see how far you come down, and that doesn't give you any leverage whenever you try to get into negotiations. So the trick is not to do that. The trick is to price your house a little bit low. That way you can potentially get a bidding war started and get a lot more action on your house, and get some bigger and better offers. And the third mistake that I see all the time is that people want to cut costs on photography and videography. Now, the reason this is a big mistake is because whenever someone's looking for a house and they're searching through the houses that are available, they're looking to see what looks the best to them, what catches their eye. That's what they're going to want to go see. So the trick is, have some good photos. And I know that phones are really good, and you can get some good pictures. But what a phone doesn't do is find the most attractive angle of each room of your house. And people generally only look through about 4 to 5 pictures before they either go to the next house or are really interested in seeing one. So you just have a few shots to make that happen. So you want to make sure that those shots are really good, and a professional photographer is exactly who you want to use in order to make that happen. I hope this information helps you with the sale of your home. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos.